Hey up, Sofa Squad, and welcome to On the Sofa with me, Black Sofa. Ich bin der Wurstmeister. And, well, since I'm here on my own, I think I'll take the opportunity to do a bit of housekeeping before I start. As you can see from the ticker scrolling along the bottom, you can support the channel. The two main ways you can support the channel is to become a patron or to make a one-off payment via Ko-fi.com. You can buy me a coffee and the links are in the description. Or you could also buy my book, Surviving 2020, which is available to buy on Kindle, and the link to that is in the description as well. You can also join the Discord, which is the link for which is in the description. So that said, welcome to On the Sofa, and I'm going to share with you the first news story. Let's just see if I can put it up on the screen. So let's start with start with what the intro was alluding to. Yes, the so-called sausage wars. Sausage ban, nonsensical. UK tells Brussels ahead of Northern Ireland talks. So, yeah, this is the story of the so-called sausage wars. But basically, what's happening is that at the end of this month, sausages made in Great Britain will be banned from entering the EU and Northern Ireland unless they are frozen. And Macros Sefcovic and Brexit Minister Lord Frost failed to reach an agreement about this. Apparently, they were offered. The EU offered us offered our government an extension, to extend the grace period, but they were turned down. And so Greg is here. Hi, Greg. Thanks for listening. So, this is this is the backdrop to the so-called sausage wars. And there's a nice picture of some sausages for you. So, this the article from Sky.com says this: Environment Secretary George Eustace has described a ban on exporting sausages and processed meats from Great Britain to Northern Ireland, agreed as part of the Brexit process, as nonsensical. Under the terms of the Northern Ireland Protocol, a ban will come into force if the UK and the EU cannot agree new regulatory standards to cover the sale of processed meats before the end of a grace period on the 1st of July. UK and EU officials will meet on Wednesday, that was yesterday, to discuss the protocol amid heightened political rhetoric between London and Brussels and increasing community tension in Northern Ireland. Which is, of course, what all of this is really about. It's because our government decided to break the Northern Ireland Protocol, and this has led to tensions in Northern Ireland. The Prime Minister promised that there will be no checks, on goods. Ah, hi, harmonica man, welcome. He promised that there'd be no checks on goods going from England to Northern Ireland, from Great Britain to Northern Ireland, or from Northern Ireland to Great Britain. But of course, there are checks. He either lied when he said there was going to be no checks, or he genuinely believed that there wasn't going to be any checks. And I'm not sure what I'm concerned about more, to be honest. Was he lying, or was he ignorant of what or was he ignorant of the withdrawal agreement and the Northern Ireland Protocol? Comment below. The article goes on. Ahead of those talks, Prime Minister Boris Johnson and European Commissioner President Ursula von der Leyen discussed issues surrounding the protocol in a phone call. The Prime Minister set out that the UK is committed to finding practical solutions that protect the aims of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement and minimise the impact on lives of people in Northern Ireland. He underlined the need for quick progress, a Downing Street spokesman said. So, yeah. Harmonica Man is saying, either way, it needs to be followed up on and changed. Yes, yeah, exactly. So that's the context of the of the so-called sausage wars. So, what's the next story? This is an open stream, by the way, so anyone who is watching can join. I've sent the links, the link out to the various places. Well, if you haven't seen the link, let me know, and I'll see if I can send it to you. I think, yes, this one. Yeah, Oxford students have cancelled the Queen. This is hilarious. Education Secretary slams absurd cancelling of the Queen as students of Oxford's Magdalen College vote to take down unwelcoming portrait of the monarch from graduates' common room because she represents recent colonial history. And Gavin Williams, the Education Secretary, is outraged about this. And so are many other people on the right. But really, it's a non-story. Harmonica Man is saying, sounds pretty stupid to me. Well, yes, it is. This student common room is, it's a common room for about, I don't know, 20, 30 students. So, maybe, I don't know, 16, 17, I'm guessing, but, only, 16 or 17 students, voted to take down a portrait of the Queen. And it's headline news, apparently. It's just a non-story. Hang on, I'll see if I can find a tweet about it. That will I got distracted by by a message from Stool saying that he can't find his sellotape. But anyway, we soldier on. Let's see if I can find this tweet, which puts it into a bit of context. I should have done it. I should be more prepared than this. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. Found it. So let's. I'll share some footage. Actually, talk amongst yourselves. This is from LBC.
To vote Brexit, I'll be going all in on Cecil Road statues.
Hang on.
You're listening to James O'Brien on LBC. James, mate, you're falling into their trap re Oxford University. Crack on with Johnson and his incompetence, but don't help them take the focus off their own corruption and incompetence. Keep fighting the good fight, says Paddy and Lewis. Mate, I'm just having a bit of fun with it. I'm not going to dedicate a program to it or to flags or statues or any other silliness like that that's designed to distract. Well, hey, look, if I told you to vote Brexit, I'd be going all in on Cecil Road statues this morning. Absolutely biggest story in town. Forget about Joe Biden. Let's talk about, I don't know, Donald Trump. But I didn't, so I can keep telling you the things that actually matter. And it does matter that 10 students voted to take down that photograph. 10 students. I'm going to count up to the figure to show you how few there are, which means it's a good job there weren't like 103, because we'd be here till Sheila. Well, no, we'd be here till the 11 o'clock news. So this is how many students voted to take down the picture of a photograph of the Queen that dominated your news agendas yesterday and exercised the Secretary of State for Education and flags, Gavin Williams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. But don't forget to get angry about it, because if you're not angry, you might start noticing what's going on under your nose. What's going on under your nose today? Secretary of State for Health, Prime Minister's most senior advisor. One of them's lying.
So there you have it. And I think he's right. It's just another distraction. I think someone's trying to connect, but it's saying device is not connected. That's weird. I'm sure it will work out anyway. Yeah, it's just a distraction from what is really going on. That basically the government is lying. Is lying to us. Lying to us about the shameful way they've handled the pandemic. And so it's a non-story basically. So let's move on to the next story. What else should I? Let's. This is another video. This is another video that I want to share with you guys from Byline TV. Farmers facing ruin thanks to Brexit. Beef farmers are under threat from the ramifications of the rushed Australian Free Trade Agreement. Without meaningful assurances, they say Brexit will lead to the end of Britain's farming culture.
My husband has farmed here. He was born here, and his family have farmed in this area for hundreds of years. So this is the breeding herd. The calf stays with the mum and grows up with her. This one here, she's called Flash, because you see she's got a white flash across here. So my pet ones have names. Yeah, I'm very much an animal person, and I love them. And they love me. And they go to Marks and Spencer's, a lot of the meat does. Altogether, we actually farm about 1,700 acres. Without a doubt, these trade deals, the beginning with the Australia trade deal, which is just the start of a domino of the same thing with bigger global producers, without a doubt, it will see farming shrink considerably. Smaller to medium-sized farms will not be able to survive this. So we'll be looking at a huge shrinkage in agriculture. Added to that, we'll be looking at really British food becoming very, very rare.
I come from a generational farming family. We've been fourth generation. I am, so farming for over 100 years on the same farm. Brexit happened a couple of years ago, and I voted to leave. I think a lot of the young farming generation did, because I voted for change and I want to see some difference. And I'm hoping that the change will enable me to grow my business and become a bigger farm. At the moment, this first trade deal with Australia looks, doesn't look the best for us. It's not quite the panacea I was hoping it was going to be. I think we're, it's tricky. It's tricky.
Okay, I'll just stop playing it there because it goes on for quite a long time, actually. But yeah, it seems to me that these farmers, they voted for Brexit, and now they're finding that the Brexit that they voted for was actually going to harm their business. It's going to harm the farming industry. They thought it was going to do them good, but it's actually going to cripple them. So, yeah, Brexit. The Brexit reality is kicking in. The article says this: Byline TV went to Swindon to talk to farmers that had concern over Brexit and the ramifications for the Australian Free Trade Agreement. Some farmers and MPs believe the competition to their own products once Australia gains tariff-free access to the UK market will have dire implications on British farming. So, yeah, dire consequences. Dark days are ahead for farmers in the UK because of Brexit. Let's oh dear, my computer froze on me, but I appear to be back now, which is good. So which news? Okay, let's move on to the next story. Did you lose Stool? Asks Greg. Yes, I'm not sure what's happening with Stool. He seems to be struggling to connect for some reason. What is likely to happen to COVID restrictions on the 21st of June as Delta variant cases rise? This is from iNews. This is an article by Thomas Saunders. It reads, last week, the UK reached multiple milestones on its path out of the COVID-19 pandemic. Tuesday, the 1st of June, was the first day with 0 COVID-19 deaths reported. And on Friday, the 4th of June, the government announced that it had given a first dose of COVID-19 vaccine to more than 40 million people. However, on Sunday, the 6th of June, the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, speaking to BBC's The Andrew Marr Show, said the government is absolutely open to delaying the final lifting of restrictions on the 21st of June. Mr. Hancock pointed to the Delta variant first seen in India as the reason for the government's renewed caution around the final easing of lockdown restrictions. Now, I don't know what people think about this, but a lot of people are angry about this. Are angry about the prospect that we may not get our freedom back on the 21st of June. After all, they're angry at the prospect of the government delaying the end to lockdown. Never mind the fact that we've got most of our freedoms back already, and it's when since we seem to have Stool. Let's See if we can add him. Yes.
20
Hello.
25 minutes I've been trying to get into this cock show.
I know. So I know. I've noticed. You've been struggling to get in.
That is what she said, but carry on.
Have you been following the stream stall?
I've not been able to watch it, Mike. I don't know what's happened to Computer World. Everything went really wrong.
Yeah.
Very wrong. I wasn't allowed into StreamYards, and my cameras stopped working, and everything went real. You know, I blame Greg.
Why not? Yeah, it's his function in life to take the blame.
I believe so, yeah. Anyway, you're obviously busy with all your friends, so continue.
Nerdy Rodent says Computer World got brought by Woolworths. Oh, yes, Greg is saying I did it. So
I've missed pretty much half of today's show, but I do recognise one little weasel on the screen. Third picture down on the right. Yeah, he can fuck off. Piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. So you missed out on this.
You've got to explain this to your American. That's a classic.
And
I think I hadn't thought about this before, but now I not recognize, obviously I'm very familiar with that piece of theme tune, but it really does sum the Sausage Wars up.
Yes, it does perfectly.
It's the end of that tune. Which is pretty much what Biden is doing now to Johnson.
Yeah. What Biden is doing something to his Johnson?
I did not say
that. Yeah, so
Tucker Jenkins. Oh yes.
Yeah, Tucker Jenkins.
What was the other one called? Oh, this is going to sound really bad, but if you're old enough, I can't remember the girl's name who fancied Roland. and she used to call him Roland.
Oh, I can't remember her name. It was a long time ago.
I'm being so juvenile at the moment, but that's just brought back so many memories.
Yes.
Roland.
Yes. Do you remember?
Yes, of course I do. You know damn well I do.
The song that they did.
Not the one about drugs.
Just Say No.
Of course. I'm not going to sing it, even though it's copyright free. Yeah. Just say no. Ooh.
Yeah,
just say no. Ooh. Do you know why? Because Zamo did the drugs.
Yes, that's right.
Don't be a Zamo.
We are, of course, talking about a classic high school drama, Grange Hill.
I can't believe I came back for this.
And of course,
I just got a takeaway, and I was really happy and content. But damn it, I just had to come back for this.
If anybody ever asks you if you have any drugs, just say no. But we were I was talking earlier about the so-called sausage wars stall.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I explained it quite well.
I doubt you did, but I'm going to just nod politely.
But why don't you why don't you give us your take on the so-called sausage wars? Well, what's the scoop?
You are so desperate. I'm not going to talk about the sausage wars. No.
Oh, okay.
We will be here for a very, very long time. I'm not going to do it. I've got my limits. I've got a line that I do not pass.
Okay.
Also, I can't find my sellotape.
Oh,
I'm really pissed off that I can't find my sellotape.
yes.
You can't see. I know you can't. Luckily, I'm doing things down here that you can't see. Mm-hmm. That's what she said. So I do need my sellotape.
Now, do you mean regular sellotape or duct tape?
Duct tape would do nicely. However, I do have a nice widthy roll of sellotape somewhere that I really need, because I can't keep holding on to this all night. It's making my arm hurt.
That's what she said.
I fed you that line.
Nerdy is saying sausage wars is going to destroy those party trays with sausage on a stick and cheese with pineapple. And he's not wrong. It is going to destroy that. Because we're not going to be allowed to say to send processed meats into the EU or Northern Ireland. We're only allowed to send frozen sausages to Northern Ireland and the EU. So those little cocktail sausages.
I can't believe this. I used to love when we could laugh at the Americans.
Yeah.
And now Biden's come over here to solve the sausage war.
Yeah. to Cornwall.
That thriving metropolis. Yeah.
Students are cancelling the Queen stall.
Oh, don't get me on that fucker. You know damn well how to push my buttons, don't you? Don't get me on that. Don't get me on that fucker. Cancelling the fucking Queen. Jesus fucking Christ. Five fucking hippie students voted to take a manky photo off the wall. That's the story.
Yeah.
That's literally the story. 5 hippie students said, "We don't like this photo. Let's take it down. Let's have a vote." Front page, Daily Mail.
Yeah. Outrage.
You hate the royals.
And Gavin Williamson tweeted his outrage about it as well. Wasn't he supposed to be about protecting their freedom of speech?
Oh shit, fuck. This is one of the weirdest shit wazzles ever. There's been such a fucking determination to bang this story into our heads, and it's not even a story. It's just not it's not a thing. But hey ho, who got involved? Gavin Williamson, who's a dick, who used to sell fucking fireplaces. Yeah, you're qualified to be the education minister, fucker. Johnson got involved. Oh, be patriotic.
And it's just a distraction.
It's a massive distraction, and we know why, because who's been in pretend court today? The Minister of fucking I don't know how to walk. Fucking yeah. Wet Mancock. What the fuck? And if you were listening to any of it, and I know you weren't because you've all got a life, he lied his ass off.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Piece of fucking stinking shit. They might be sensing that I'm a bit fucking feely on this subject.
Just a bit, yeah.
Just going to say, I always bring the receipts. As the young people say, Mike, I might get this wrong, so don't laugh. I bring all the receipts to my yard. or something similar. I fucking told you all over a year ago that Wet Mancock was a lying piece of shit. I fucking told you. I watched it live on my screen. He lied to us with his stupid made up numbers.
Yeah.
Piece of fucking manky cock.
Yes.
Dick fuck shit. Are we allowed to swear on this stream?
I think we already have. I think that horse has already bolted.
Piece of wanky fucking shit.
Shall we move on?
Don't know. You're not doing so good now. You've not got a co-host, are you, Mike? No.
Let's move on to the next story. This is a good one. Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. But
apparently, I will be the judge.
Millions are struggling to pay their broadband bills here in the UK.
This is true.
And actually, weren't BBC News criticizing, lambasting Corbyn and the Labour Party for wanting to introduce free internet broadband in their 2019 manifesto, calling it broadband communism.
This is not strictly true, so I'm going to have to chastise you on this one.
Okay, go on.
The BBC, BBC News did an interview, and in the lower third, they had some words, and in quotes, they used the word broadband communism. That wasn't the BBC saying those words, hence the quotes. They were quoting somebody else who said it. So, yeah, stick your defund the BBC up your ass, Mike, you commie. Oh, do you see what happens when I struggle to get in here for half an hour? I get so fucking angry.
Nerdy wrote saying free broadband for everyone. But
one of the funniest things about this little yet another surreal thing, you mentioned Corbyn. I think we're still allowed to use that word. Do we get arrested if we say it? I don't know.
But if you say his name 3 times, he turns up.
But has that come down from the high and mighty pretty? I don't know. You know that there's a new edict, a new rule that they've all had uniforms made now. Yes,
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is really scary. I'm not going to say, but it's getting scary. If you think you're in the wrong.
Exactly.
I've totally lost track. I had something really important to say. What was it? Where was I? I can't remember.
Something about free broadband?
Oh, yeah. This is fun, actually. During the 2019 election thingamajig, I got really what the fuck when Corbyn said, football clubs, we should own them. And I thought, fuck off, that's stupid. Get on with important stuff. And then, 18 months later, what happened? That Euro thing, and all the fans went, we want to own the football clubs.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I've not done the science on this, but a large proportion of the newfound Tory voters are football supporters.
Wow.
With big bellies and gammon faces. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not insinuating that the Tories are pandering to racists. Not saying that.
Okay then. Do you remember this rhyme that we used to sing in the playground? That Nerdy is alluding to here.
Oh yeah. I don't. Oh my gosh, she's probably got two massive bowls.
Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it.
Have you seen that?
Singing.
Have you seen that wonderful GIF where you've seen the picture where she's inspecting her troops?
Yes.
I'm the police. That's scary enough. I mean, she is such a little. I'm censoring myself, but there's a wonderful GIF where the legs rotate.
I thought you were going to say there's a GIF where she's a Dalek. I've seen that one.
There's a wonderful one where it's very Monty Python. It's amazingly what's the animation guy from Monty Python? Is it Gilliam?
I think so. Yeah.
It's so damn clever. It's wonderful because you see the police lined up doing the thing. There's no hair Patel. It's so animated in a Monty Python style, and her legs are like on rotating things. It's really fucking funny. I digress. It took me 25 minutes to get into here, so please. I've got so much pent up stuff.
So, it says here about 2.5 million people in the UK are behind on broadband payments, according to a survey from Citizens Advice. The number has jumped by about 700,000 since before the pandemic, when 1.8 million people owed money to their provider. So free super fast broadband for all, luxury communism is not sounding like a bad idea after all, is it?
Yeah. Fun fact, because I'm fun and sexy, as you know. When Johnson stood outside Number 10 in December 2019, he made it. He's probably the first British Prime Minister to ever, immediately after an election, to lie to the nation on so many matters. So he did nurses, 40,000, hospitals, 40, police, blah, 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 blah. And he mentioned broadband.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Conservatives always do this. They will always say, we are going to do this for broadband.
Yeah.
Look into it. They're lying fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute lying fuckers. And now, can I do my important thing now, Mike, about the EU, please?
Yes.
Who paid for the a lot of our broadband infrastructure in this country? I'll give you a clue.
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I'll give you a clue. Think blue flags and stars.
Could you be talking about the EU, perchance?
Perchance I may be, my sir. True fact, and if you don't believe me, I will go out and do a fucking massive proof. I can walk down every street around my neighborhood, in my neighborhood, and I can take photos and show you the little shiny EU stickers that say, we fucking helped you get this.
Yeah.
There's literally thousands of them where I live. The government did not pay for this. The EU did. Oh, but you're saying we give them all our money and they give us a little bit back. Yeah, fuck off, you dicks.
Yeah.
Where's your sausages, you wankers? Fuck you.
Oh dear. So
that's actually a very true story, because I don't know how, maybe other people don't remember, but in the old days when broadband was being introduced in this country, BT, I mean, it's a big expense. They're not going to do it. And so what they had to do, they said, hello, would you like broadband? And if they got enough interest in a certain exchange area, enough people, they would consider it.
Yeah.
Wasn't something that they just gave to you. You had to register an interest.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going back about 20 years. Now, obviously, everybody's got broadband, which is wonderful. But you've kind of got to ask yourselves who paid for it, because it certainly was not this government.
No.
A lot of it was EU funded.
Yeah.
I know I get it. You don't believe me. I will go outside and I will walk down every fucking street for 3 miles and I'll take photos of every fucking green box and I'll show you the fucking things partly funded by the EU.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, this is you picked a bad time to. Oh, I'm so annoyed today. I picked a bad time to give up sniffing glue. Continue.
Okay, yeah. So hang on. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something out here. The NHS. Have you heard about the NHS data grab?
Fuck, dude. Mike, are you really trying to fuck with my head today?
Probably.
I've done part 1 of the 2 things that I need to do. Do you know why I can't do part 2?
Why is that?
Do you know what a first class stamp costs?
Oh, right, yeah.
What the fuck?
NHS plan to share GP patient data in England delayed to September. It says here.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing, because these sneaky twats were sneaking this thing through.
Yeah.
Without anybody knowing about it.
Yeah, exactly. There was no PR on it whatsoever.
No, none whatsoever.
And because it's shady as fuck.
It's fucking. It's even shadier than that, Mike. Fuck. If you understand, I'm not. Oh, fuck. I understand these things. This was massively shady. If you think it's shady, multiply the shadiness by 100. It's worse than that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wax lyrical about this, but I understand GDPR, and these fuckers are taking a piss out of us in such a big fucking style.
Yeah.
I'm just going to interject briefly.
Go on.
Who is eyeing up the position of being the head of NHS?
We're going to come to that story later.
Mm-hmm. You've got to be an absolute fucking moron if you can't see what's going on. And by the way, final word. Whilst Wet Mancock was giving his, I was just obeying orders.
Yeah.
That's a reference to the Nuremberg trials. He said he wasn't aware. He kept saying, I do not recollect this.
Yeah.
I've got the fucking receipts. He recollects it. And he's been selling data to Plantier and the other company that basically sell our data to people.
I'm going to show you a clip of that was tweeted by Haggis UK of Labour MP Dawn Butler quizzing him on this. And, well, you can make up your own mind as to whether he's lying or not.
Just before you do that, and this is awesome that you've actually brought receipts. Oh my God, it's the scientism.
Hello.
Before you do that, Mike, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
As you know, I'm utterly awesome and clever, and I do bring the receipts. So I know nobody gives a shit about me, but I've literally got all the receipts from the past fucking 2 years. I can prove that Wet Mancock is a lying piece of crap. I can literally prove it.
Yes, you should be grilling him.
That sounds sexy and weird. So go away. Why is she here?
I was sent the link in our group chat. And so I was under the impression that anybody could join if they really, really, really wanted to.
Whoa.
With all their heart and pixie dust and everything.
A group chat, you say?
Yes. I'm in a few of those. Have you learned about the group chats on Twitter?
Dude, you can't even drive spaces, so fuck you.
Anyway.
I can't drive. I guess I have done spaces. And then people are like, I don't want to do this. And I'm like, okay, that's all right.
I'll just play this clip. Oh. I'll try to anyway.
Reportedly taught Cambridge Analytica how to analytica. You spoke earlier about people being very enthusiastic to give their data. I think you're over-exaggerating how enthusiastic people are about just giving carte blanche access to their data. Are you aware that Palantir and faculty have links to the discredited Cambridge Analytica?
I'm not.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I don't think I'm aware of that. No.
Okay. I think it's really vital that you should be aware of that. I mean, it's, Palantir reportedly taught Cambridge Analytica how to scrape data. That means that you're putting at risk everybody's data in the country and giving it to organizations such as Palantir.
No,
I think it's really important that you get to grips with that. And I will give you this little book of data and democracy and some information for you to
bless.
Secretary of State. Just a couple of you spoke earlier about people being very.
So yeah, Dawn Butler there.
Dawn Butler, yeah. You know what? I'm not familiar with her, but she reminds me of that lady, the American lady who does that thing in the American. What do you call them? Where you grilling somebody? The lady who has the
inquiries.
Yeah, the inquiry. The lady who has the whiteboard. Mike, you're making me sound like a dick. Shut up.
but you are, so it's okay.
No, shut the fuck up and let me speak. I'm really stressed because Mike fucking banned me from his channel for half an hour. So the American lady who does that thing and she grills the bad people, she has the whiteboard and she brings the facts and the figures and the receipts and the fucking
yes.
truth. And
yes.
she writes it down so that simple people can fucking understand it.
Yes.
What
We've
is her
seen
name?
that a few times.
What's her
I don't
name?
remember her name right off.
We want one of those.
They're fun.
They're fun because they make the bad people just melt.
Yeah.
This is what I do for, like, you know, my online communication stuff. I make the bad people feel like jerks. It's great.
Yeah.
So
but it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch Hancock squirm, wasn't it?
It was brilliant. Well, no, actually, it was not brilliant because I hate that piece of fucking wank shit.
Okay, wank
I love it when you talk
shit.
dirty.
Wank shit. That's a thing. You know, I didn't know that you were into what they call hard sports.
Mike, can you mute her, please? Why did you let her in? We were doing okay before you. I honestly thought this was a ginger-free zone.
You're ginger.
I get what you're doing. Okay, I'm ginger, and so's my wife.
You have a wife? Oh my God. How is she? Is she okay? I've never seen her. I'm really concerned.
Fuck off. I hate you now.
Does she drink condensed milk like you do? I mean, inquiring minds want to know.
No. You've totally spoiled this. Carry on, Mike. We were having a really grown-up conversation.
Were you, though?
This is the story you were alluding to just now. Former test and trace boss Dido Harding considering bid to lead NHS England.
I thought Dido was like a British artist that worked with Eminem that one time.
Yeah, and but she's got her namesake as a Tory MP.
Gosh, the Tories. It's always the Tories. Those are your GOP, aren't they?
Worse, much fucking worse. Trust me on this one.
The Tories. They're the GOP of the Britain.
She's completely incompetent.
Oh, she's massively incompetent. She has a history of being massively incompetent. She's actually now a member of the House of Lords. She's a baroness. And
okay. What does that? Okay, the House of Lords. What does that give you if you get a job as within the House of Lords?
You know what, Ginger? I'm talking to Mike. Sit on the sideline.
I'm trying to learn. Oh my God! I'm trying to understand your British wiles and your British ways, and you're gonna sit here and be like that.
You get a title, and you get more money.
Okay.
And you get £300 just for turning up.
And sometimes you can be made a lord if you accidentally give Boris Johnson £500,000.
Something
oh
like
my
that.
God,
yeah.
Boris Johnson. Why do you?
Mike, fun little quiz here. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got 5 seconds to answer this question.
Okay.
What is the official job title of Dido's husband? What's one of his jobs?
I should know this, but isn't he the corruption czar or something like that?
Bazinga. He's the fucking anti-corruption fucking czar.
Yeah.
He's married to Dido.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
You could not make it fucking up. You could not.
Yeah. So Baroness Dido Harding, the former head of the maligned Test and Trace program, is weighing up a bid to lead NHS England, according to reports.
Interjection, sir.
Go on.
The malign test and trace system that cost £37 billion.
Yeah.
Quick rewind. Where did Dido work previously?
Oh. Go on. Excuse me.
She was the CEO of TalkTalk.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
An internet provider that has the record for the biggest data breach in UK history.
Yeah.
Are you sensing a theme here?
Yeah.
Data.
Yeah.
Data. TalkTalk. Biggest data breach.
Yeah.
Wants to be head of NHS. Data breach. And I know you're all sexy and you all monitor my Twitter feed constantly. But there's an interview with her, with the CEO of Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've not seen it, I find something very, very interesting and curious about that interview, because it's like about 10 minutes. And you people will never watch it all because you're boring and you've got no patience. But she's very, very interested.
Yes.
She actually asks him, can you do bad things with what you can do with your data? And she's very interested in getting an answer on that.
Oh, yeah.
Should we tell Mel she's muted or just carry on laughing?
She's having technical difficulties, apparently.
I prefer to laugh because it makes my ears so much nicer.
Oh my gosh. Let me just shove marshmallows in your mouth. You'd probably be happier. So just shove them full of marshmallows. Yeah, I'm having tech difficulties. So when you were talking about she could do these things with this stuff over here or this or that, it almost sounds like, okay, well, with science, you can split the atom to power a city or you can destroy a city. Almost also like this is something that probably Stu will like relate to. You can do really nice things with your penis, or you could do like very terrible things with your penis. The penis itself isn't bad. It's what you do with it.
I trust you to know the tone.
Yeah, that's really bad. I'm going to complain to the YouTubes. I think this is victimization. I'm going to complain.
You should write a very strongly worded letter and please record yourself saying, like, reading the letter and put it on Twitter because, you know, it's so serious.
It's almost as if you don't want me to be monetized.
You're never going to get monetized, you dick.
I've had so many streams get demonetized just because I said vagina. So, you know, don't consider that your like main source of revenue because YouTube is terrible.
Here's the wonderful thing, scientism, Mel. We're not famous and sexy like what you is. So me and Mike can just sit here and shout vagina, 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 and we don't care.
Clitoris.
Oh, you
throw that dirty word out there. Oh my goodness. Clitoral stimulation. How about that?
Harmonica Man is saying, Mel, are you talking about assault with a friendly weapon?
Friendly weapons are always nice, particularly if you're welcoming them. I don't know. can someone please think about the penises? I know they're so degraded and treated horribly. The penises.
Is it penises or peni?
It might be peni, but penises is way more fun to say. I'm just saying. But it would be really great if you had a group of them and they were like a gaggle, like a bunch of geese, or it's called a gaggle. Do you have a gaggle of penises, or do you have a pride of penises? If it's a bunch of gay guys, do you call it a pride of penises?
Or a murder of peni?
A murder of peni.
This is what happens when you try to introduce your scientism into a sensible conversation. We were talking about politics, and now you're talking about geese dick.
Genitals. We're talking about genitals.
You're twisted and sick, scientism, Mel.
You should be so thankful that we're talking about genitals, because you probably don't do that very often. So
I always talk about genitals.
Well, then why are you judging me?
A choke of peni.
A choke of peni.
A choke.
Oh dear.
Buy his book, everybody. Buy Mike's book. He's over there or up there. I don't know, wherever.
A choke of peni.
Anywho.
That sounds like a really cool book. You should totally write that.
Yeah, I should.
No, don't give him ideas, please.
He could. It would be like the new Twilight, probably, except better.
It sounds like an episode of Midsummer Murders.
We waited 2 years for his first book.
Midsummer Murders. I've seen a few of those. I started watching them when I found out that Orlando Bloom was in them. He was in one episode he was. And
so, Legolas, of course.
Yeah, thank you, Peter Jackson, for introducing me to that actor. See, I've caused stool to run off. I'm sorry.
I'm just being a good boy because I'm waiting for Mike to get on track, because we're talking about grown-up matters, scientism, Mel.
You know the grown-up is a lie. That's a fallacy. It's all a lie. Nobody has a manual and nobody knows what they're doing. So the sooner you accept that, the happier you will be.
Okay. Mike.
Yes.
Page 43 of the manual. Mute scientism, Mel.
Yes. Mute the woman, because, history does that.
Oh, you had to do that, did you?
Yeah. So, breaking the law. Yes. Breaking the law.
Judas Priest, man. I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you.
Mike, I've got to ask this, and you know what I'm going to ask.
Yes.
Are you wearing your Cylon headset while you did that?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I've got images in my head.
Oh my goodness.
So, the High Court ruled that Michael Gove broke the law.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
Yes.
He is. He's not very nice.
And I've said it once and I'll say it again. He's got a really punchable face.
Say it 3 times.
He does. What do you want to think? What do you bet? Is it like the memory foam mattresses where it goes back to its original form, or do you think you can get a total indentation in his cheek? Is it like, and then he would have knuckle prints on his face, or would it come back like the NASA foam?
The sad thing is, the highest court of the land has decided that he's a cunt.
A lying cunt.
A lying cunt, yeah. But the sad thing is, doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter.
No one gives a toss.
Nobody gives a fucking shit. He awarded. I'm not trying to. I've taken my glasses off, so I can't see. So if you're going to talk about this in 3.5 seconds, he awarded a contract of £500,000 to his mate during a pandemic. The fucking slimy cunt. And by the way, his name is not Michael Gove. That's not his real name. He's a lying twat. He's a cunt. Fucking fish-faced twat.
I have to say, one of the most pleasing experiences I've had in visiting the UK was going to one of their protests right after the Brexit vote. It was a couple of days after the Brexit vote, and we were marching. I didn't actually say anything because I felt weird. I'm like, I'm an American. I don't have a dog in this fight, but I want to see what it's like to protest in British land.
Can I just interrupt, please, briefly, before I forget? To be serious, I had my first jab yesterday, so if I start talking bullshit, it's the 5G. Can you make me big, please, Mike?
You know, you're going to be magnetized.
Yeah, I'm totally magnetized.
You are magnetized.
I'm literally stuck to my mic.
You are magnetized.
Here's the thing. I happened to notice in side chat that B is here, and B is my favorite leser ever. Mel, read what B is saying, and you go on to B's show because you two would hit it off. You're both very cool. I don't mean a sex way. You don't snigger. I don't want you to do the sex.
You know, it's really hard to take you seriously when you talk about the sex things because deep down you really want that.
Oh, and hello to Ox as well.
You notice how the viewer figure goes up when Mel turns up.
Yeah.
I have not streamed on my own channel in probably a couple of months because I have been up to my eyeballs in all the things.
You bring all the boys to the yard.
I'll say one thing.
With my milkshake.
I'll say one thing. I've been in a private, yes, I'm going to say it. I've been in a private stream with Mel, and I've seen what she is. So I'm saying nothing because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But I've seen what she can do.
He says this, but he doesn't know 100% because he didn't pay the appropriate fees. I'm just saying.
I gave the fees to SJ.
Her husband's so jealous, or like she's jealous of her husband. So I'm not even going there. It doesn't matter. Next topic.
We haven't finished this one yet.
Mike, you are so naive. You honestly thought you'd finish this.
Mike is as sweet and as pure as the fallen snow. Aww. Let's be honest here. He's so sweet and he's generous and he's kind and he's like, I just want to talk about things that matter. And then he gets stool on his channel and then it's like, oh my God, there's shit on the front doorstep. But whatever, it's fine.
No. He lives in a cupboard. He's got no money. So
then he's Harry Potter. He will Expelliarmus your ass into next week.
Stick to being a cam girl.
I'm not even that. You know, I might make more money if I did that. People have asked me why I don't. Like, never mind. I don't want to talk about it.
Michael Gove broke the law by giving a contract to a communications agency run by longtime associates of him and Dominic Cummings. The High Court has decided.
Dominic Cummings. Oh my
Da, 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 da.
Dominic Cummings.
Not sure why I did that, but still.
Are you guys a fan of Russell Kane?
A
little bit.
I haven't heard of him actually.
Okay, he's a comedian. He completely rips a new one out of Dominic Cummings. Particularly last year when Dominic decided to go and break quarantine rules and drive cross country to go and visit castles because he needs childcare.
I really need to bring the soundboard up so that at completely inappropriate and pointless moments, Mike will go, there.
But yeah, he's a lying toad.
Are you struggling, Mike?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I know you find it. I know you find it difficult when I'm around, but are you coping with this? You've not got your co-host. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Give us a shout. Give us a shout if you're struggling.
Oh,
I will do. The court found that the decision.
Do you need a glass of water?
I didn't need a glass of water, but now I think I do.
it's your fault, Stool. Would you stop making things difficult?
The court found that the decision to award the £560,000 contract to Public First was tainted by apparent bias and was unlawful. So there you go.
I really hope the people in the British population sit there and go, okay, so everything is fucked and people are crap and total trash and they're going to do whatever they want to do, just like America, because we're descendants of you guys. So everything's screwed up. It's a mess. Do you not agree?
Yeah.
Totally. Oh, yeah. And what is really fucked up is that technically in your country, Scientism Mel, we've kidnapped your leader. So you're fucked.
You've kidnapped our leader. Who's our leader right now?
The Biden person.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, but he's not over there. He's over here. So you're on your own.
I think he might need medication because he's still on our side of the pond, of the big pond.
That there will be a lot. There'll be a lot of medication for old people in Cornwall.
He has purchased, I think a minimum of 300 million vaccines to distribute to other countries for the COVID-19 crisis. 500
million.
It was way better than what was in my head. So thank you for that. But
do you know what really burns my ass about all of this?
Taco Bell.
But you know what really grinds my gears?
What? Tell me.
There'll be no repercussions from all this, from Michael Gove, and being proved, in the high court that he broke the law. He'll get away with it.
Yes, he will. He'll get away with it.
Nothing will happen to him whatsoever. He may even get a.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nothing will happen to any of these people. And obviously, because I'm so much more amazing than all of you, I can actually remember history. And the Conservatives now have been in power for 12 years. The one before that was in power for 19 years. And it took 19 years for people to wake up and realize that they were lying fucks. 19 fucking years. That's almost a generation.
Oh.
So nothing's going to happen despite how evil these fucks are,
that's really disconcerting.
We've got to wait until 2024 before we can vote. Or at least try to vote with them. At least try to vote them out.
I hate to say this, but maybe the UK needs to go the route of the French in regard to revolution. I'm just saying the French are not the best thing when it comes to war. But they are fantastic at revolution parties. I mean, am I right?
A young chap slapped Macron.
We don't revolt. We're British.
Exactly. Stiff upper lip.
You guys ride the elephants in the room. You don't actually do anything with them except for, hey, there's an elephant. We're going to ride that elephant that's in the room instead of discuss it. I know because I have actually threatened to cause social scenes with people when I was hanging out with them in London. I'm like, if you don't get here, I'm going to make a scene. And they were utterly horrified. So it's like, my gosh.
I've got to slightly disagree with this one, Scientism, Mel, because I know you think that we're all awesome and sexy. I get it.
No, I really don't, but that's okay.
I get it. We are. But
Loki, you guys did good on Loki with Tom Hiddleston.
I don't know what a Loki is. Stop.
You need to learn.
Stop.
You need to learn so you can get a lady. Oh my God. Okay, it's fine.
Oh. What the fuck is a Loki?
You need to look up Loki on Disney Plus. Tom Hiddleston.
I'm not going to do that.
Fantastic.
You're giving me... No. The last time you did this, Pornhub. No, I'm not listening to you.
I didn't tell you to go to Pornhub to find a girlfriend. That would be a terrible idea.
Okay, maybe I found one.
Or maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. It's fine. He'll get there. Stu will have a girlfriend, and I will be so happy and supportive for you when you get a girlfriend.
Oh, fuck you.
Do you need tips? I can give you tips.
Did I miss it? No, I'm going to mute myself.
Still can't pay for Disney Plus. He needs money for pizza. I'm too mean today. I'm very sorry that I'm very mean. I blame the human condition. I'm going to blame all of the human condition and dealing with misogynistic twats on various forms of social media. And I'm taking it out on Stool because he's an easy target, ladies. He really is.
Yeah. So, here's the thing, Scientism, Mel.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the receipts, I've got the recordings, I've got things that none of your fans have ever seen.
Okay, well, that might be cool. You want to make some money?
Oh yeah, please. But and it's not about your hefty goblets. I could so totally bribe you.
You could bribe me. How?
I know what you can't do.
What can I not do? Fly? That's true. I need an airplane for that.
Nice try. Nice try. I'm not going to give you the answers now. Anyway, carry on, Mike. We got sidetracked.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to get the puppet soon. You want Mr. Celery to come out? Because he's right over there. I can get Mr. Celery.
I totally told you. I did warn you not to let her in, Mike.
But
he didn't even know I was showing up tonight. It was like a completely random thing. Y'all don't listen to Stool. He's just being a hater right now.
Are you guys ready for more Tory corruption?
Yes,
Oh
please,
my
Mike.
God. Throw it at us.
Peter Cruddas, he's a Tory peer, donated £500,000 to Conservative Party days after joining the House of Lords.
Basically, I'll help the viewers out here. He gave £500,000 to be made a lord.
Yeah, that's basically the story. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You can buy titles now, but we kind of knew that because my Facebook feed is full of buy this 1 square meter of land and you can be a lord for X amount of dollars. Guys,
Yeah. But they're not actually real things. They're not real.
It's so sad.
But this is actually real.
Yeah. Labour chairwoman Annalise Dodds accused Boris Johnson of incredible sleaze as detail of Lord Crudas's donation was revealed. And there he is. There's the crude ass.
So, incredible sleaze. What does that mean in British terms? I need to know.
Corruption.
Okay, what does that mean specifically? What is incredible sleeves in British terms? Because in America, that's really different. We're completely horrible and degraded and bereft and full of nastiness.
This is very true. This is why I've been campaigning that Mike should block Scientism Mel.
Yeah, because clearly I'm those things. I'm a terrible human, guys.
You totally are. I mean, you're a ginger.
I am, I do like.
For fuck's sake. Come on.
I have like 2 academic talks coming up about how professors can be better with online education. God, that's terrible.
All those things are really nice. But let's be honest. You're a girl and you've got pretty hair, so.
And people want to do things with the pretty hair. That's what you're getting at. I hear you. I know. So it's like when I turn down all of those sugar daddy applications that hop into my inbox on Twitter, I'm like, I don't feel so bad about saying, yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. I am an ethical person. So it's like when I get a sugar daddy application, I'm like, but can you support this?
Mel. Mike is getting fidgety. Let him scroll. Come on.
Yeah, Mike, fair enough. Mike, stay on task. British folks, what the actual fuck for real?
I'm not going to try to explain how the House of Lords works or what it is to American people.
My goodness. The House of Lords sounds like a really terrible rave party, if I'm honest.
Technically.
It's like, we're the House of Lords. Jump around or not, but we might sit here and judge you.
Hang on a minute, Mel. Scientism Mel. Was that not the title of one of your last Camgirl streams? The House of Lords?
No, it wasn't at all, because I don't care that much.
The really sad and scary thing is, and we can laugh and we can mock at these ridiculous things, but technically, these people can not make rules or laws, but they can have a say in the making of rules and laws.
They can, which is a huge problem.
And that, yeah, exactly.
And they're unelected.
Yeah. And that fucker paid £500,000 so that he can get a shitty uniform.
So is he like Jeffrey Epstein or not?
No. It says here, a billionaire who was made a lord despite a watchdog advising against his appointment donated £500,000.
This is very true. This is also very important. Mike just reminded me of something. Because
just days after taking his seat,
there are rules in place, and Johnson can't allegedly bypass the laws to let him be a lord. And the day after it happened, ka-ching, £500,000 to the Conservative Party.
You know, if I had £500,000, I would not be worried entirely too much about being involved in the House of Lords. But at the same time, I'm like, God, why do people have to be jerks all the time? Because I feel like I'm dealing with jerks like all the time. And in my county, with like the COVID-19 crap, the CDC is like, well, if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. So we're all on the honor system, guys. So maybe you haven't been vaccinated. Oh, well, you know what? Just walk into a business and say, yeah, I've totally been vaccinated. You could be like lying through your teeth and it doesn't matter. And I'm just... Oh my goodness. And the new variant causes loss of hearing. So
on that subject,
people are dumb and they're willfully ignorant on purpose. They are willfully ignorant on purpose. They want to buy into this garbage.
God, you are so loud tonight, Sciences and Mel.
You know what? It doesn't matter because my computer's at Best Buy. I'm on my laptop and I want to cry because of everything that's gone wrong this week. So it's fine.
So should I give you some happies?
Sure. Give me happies.
Because nobody yet has given me massive praise and love for getting my first jabby.
Good job. I'm proud of you. Was it Moderna, Pfizer, or do you just have the one with Johnson & Johnson?
No, we're Johnson & Johnson. No, we don't do Johnson & Johnson. We're British, you dick.
I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to be like, okay, I had 2 Pfizers. I'm totally vaccinated. What about you, Stool?
Mike, what have you got?
I asked you, Stool, first. Oh my God. Would you answer the question?
No, come on. I'm being juvenile. I want to play show and tell. Mike, show me yours. I'll show you mine. What have you got?
I got AstraZeneca.
Oh, you dirty pervert.
I got Pfizer. I got Johnson & Johnson. I got the works. I'm totally magnetic now. In fact, I am Magneto.
He is Magneto, and he's channeling the Wi-Fi through his body, which is awesome. So, what about you, Stool? Are you Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson? AstraZeneca, what you got?
Will you please stop saying Johnson & Johnson?
I know you have problems with penises, but that's not my fault. So, come on.
I don't like it when she says Johnson, Mike.
Well, you're going to have to deal with it, I'm afraid.
Make her stop saying that.
Johnson, a big, huge Johnson right in your arm.
Yeah, like our Prime Minister.
Boris is not effective, so that doesn't count.
Nerd is saying AstraZeneca.
Yeah, you know what? I've done my scientism on this, and I know that Mel would not understand this because she's a kind of amateur scientist.
I'm an amateur. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Don't read my papers or any of that.
I've done the numbers, and the AZ is shit. The Pfizer is awesome. Get some. Johnson & Johnson, well, you're just making words up when you say that.
No.
That's not
God.
Who would invent a fucking vaccine called Johnson & Johnson? That's
from the company. Oh my God. I had 2 Pfizer injections, and the last one was in April. Johnson and Johnson, you just need the single vaccination. As far as Moderna, 2 vaccinations. Anything else, I don't know. But I do have on speed dial a really awesome human being who has worked in vaccines and helped develop the HPV vaccine and has been published in Nature. So I asked him, what should I get? And he's like, any of them, any of the fucking vaccines, go and get one because they're all effective.
Yeah, but
here's the whatever.
Here's the thing. I'm not getting paid for this.
I'm not either.
Pfizer. Trust me.
I'm not getting paid either. Please get injected. Please
get so good when it's going in.
That's what she said.
My goodness. And so even with the Pfizer, it's 88% effective with the new mutations that are coming out that cause loss of hearing and all of other things that are unpleasant. So even if you contract the virus, you might have mild symptoms, but they're not nearly as bad if you get the freaking vaccine. Get vaccinated. Oh my God, please get vaccinated.
Here.
Anyway, moving on, we've got more Tory corruption to get through.
Tories are crap. We know this. Oh my God. I dated a Tory for a little bit and he was like, hey, I'm doing these things. I'm like, I don't care. You're a piece of trash. And he's like, why are you so mean?
Matt Hancock allowed to use ridiculous excuse to keep job, says Labour.
Oh my goodness.
There he is, showing us how small his Johnson is.
Stop saying Johnson.
He doesn't like to think about a penis when it comes to things associated with the word Johnson.
But Matt Hancock was allowed to use a completely ridiculous excuse to keep his ministerial job, Labour says. The health secretary was judged guilty on Friday of a minor breach of the Ministerial Standards Code. Have you heard about this, Dahl?
Yeah.
And Lord Geet, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or Geit, the Prime Minister's Standards Advisor, said Mr. Hancock had not been aware that a firm co-owned by his sister had become an improved NHS supplier. He said Mr. Hancock should not lose his job over it, a decision Labour says sets a concerning precedent. See, a corrupt Tory politician getting away with it again.
Tories are awful humans.
Politicians are the worst, says African Humanist. And I think she's right.
I'm trying to sort out all the things.
Okay. Ministers have traditionally been expected to resign when they are found to have broken the ministerial code. Lord Guide, who was appointed by Boris Johnson in April, investigated a potential conflict of interest over Mr. Hancock's 20% stake in Topwood Limited, a company run by Mr. Hancock's sister and brother-in-law.
Mr. Hancock is a jerk, but we know this.
Yes. But he's been allowed to keep his job. No, nothing's going to come of this.
Right.
It says Mr. Hancock said he had not been involved in the company in February 2019 and did not know about its NHS supplier status, so did not think he could reasonably have been expected to declare it. And that's how he kept his job. He didn't know. He didn't know that about his sisters and about his sister's company.
Well, that's privileged information.
Nerdy says Mr. Hancock did not realize he had a sister.
You know, sisters are disposable according to these particular rules. And it's like they have these willy-nilly ideas that are not sustainable. So that's where Hancock was like, yeah, no, we can't do the things that they think. So we're going to do the things that other people don't think.
Mr. Hancock said, I cannot recollect having a sister.
Or a brother-in-law.
Oh my goodness. I have to hop out of here soon, guys. I know that makes Stool very, very sad because he's so happy that he gets to talk with me sometimes here.
Okay. We've just got 2 more stories.
Why does she talk shit?
I don't. I'm you know, you call that shit. I call it facts. You know, whatever, man.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I'm really struggling with the science here, scientism, Mel, because I've no sellotape, so I have to keep holding my thing up because it keeps getting floppy.
That makes sense for you.
We've got a story about Rudy Giuliani now.
Oh my God, why?
Oh, is it gonna work?
He's a hot mess.
He is. We've got some video. If it's what's happening? What's happening?
All the things are happening.
Yeah, they're all happening.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think we can play the footage, but anyway, new audio of 2019 phone call reveals how Giuliani pressured Ukraine to investigate baseless Biden conspiracies. Have you heard of this? Mel?
No, I haven't.
The article from CNN Politics goes on. Never before heard audio obtained exclusively by CNN shows how former President Donald Trump's longtime advisor, Rudy Giuliani, relentlessly pressured and coaxed the Ukrainian government in 2019 to investigate baseless conspiracies about then candidate Joe Biden.
That makes sense because there is nothing there. And Trump really wanted to try to have some kind of dirt to validate his horrible war on the democratic process of the US. So it's like, This is not surprising that a sociopathic narcissist would go out of his way to be like, let's find dirt. They're currently trying to find dirt about Hunter Biden, who is Joe Biden's son, saying the N-word. But the N-word was used not with the R at the end. It was used much like the rap artists use. I'm not condoning that. I still think that's wrong. I would never want ownership of a word like that. But they're grasping at straws to try to get any kind of support from people that they have historically oppressed.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it.
So not only was Trump himself putting pressure on the Ukrainian government to find dirt on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, Giuliani was as well. These new tapes.
Oh my gosh!
Exposed that.
When you see Giuliani's role in Rupert Murdoch's particular lawsuits associated with Fox News, it's really gross. It's absolutely disgusting. So Rudy Giuliani was the main lawyer associated with Fox News when it came to the sexual harassment charges that were associated with the former head of Fox News. I don't remember his name because he's just shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but Rupert Murdoch essentially was like, we can't have all of this. But even he freaking tapped into the messages of a dead woman. So it's like the whole realm of ethics is completely blurred with that realm of existence. And you're going, okay, where do you cross the line? Where is the line not acceptable? And don't die on stream. That's not okay. I'm just saying, get a drink of water, what you got to do. Do not die on stream.
Oh, God. That is so nice. That is the best pizza. Oh, God.
Is it Domino's? Because if you say it's Domino's, I'm going to have to come to this camera and punch you. Because Domino's is trash pizza. It's pizza that you get that's really cheap. It's just not good. Oh, my God. Please don't say that you're eating Domino's pizza right now because I'm going to have to hate you.
Yeah, you've just said Domino's like about 8 times, so you've obviously got a chip on your shoulder.
Oh my God, it's trash.
Yeah, well, here's the thing,
It's
scientists and
trash.
knows. Yeah, you keep saying this. Breaking news, it's not Domino's, so calm down.
Okay, good, because Domino's pizza is like chewing on cardboard.
And you're still
with a little
doing
bit
it.
of cheese.
You're still
And
doing
like,
it.
you know, to be fair, I have encountered so many people who are like, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's Southern chicken in the UK. No, it's not. It's garbage. Why are you doing that to yourselves? This is why when I visit the UK, I cook for my friends because I'm like, y'all have been lied to. You all have been lied to. This is not pizza. This is not Southern chicken. This is I'm like, no. And then when I go, I'm like, I have legit dinner parties because I'm like, we're not eating this trash. You guys are gonna eat traditional Southern cooking because I know because I grew up here. Oh my God. It's like that's a little bit of a thing for me. So
I totally told you not to let her in the room, Mike. This is what happens all the
You
time.
know what, Stool? If you ate my food, you would love me for like 1,000 years. I'm not even lying. You would be like, this is the best food I have ever put in my mouth. I'm like, I know, right? Welcome to the world of actual culinary delight.
Okay, then. I just want to read one more sentence from this, and then we'll move on. During the roughly 40-minute call, Giuliani repeatedly told Yermak that Zelensky should publicly announce investigation into possible corruption by Biden in Ukraine and into claims that Ukraine meddled in the 2016 election to hurt Trump. These separate claims are both untrue.
Okay, if you can imagine that Trump is a kid who doesn't know, who's not potty trained and fills his diaper full of poo and, pee or whatever, and sometimes has somebody else change it because he doesn't know how to use the toilet. That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
That's the GOP, and the GOP who invested all of this money into this man child, this man toddler. And they're like, well, we can't say that we were wrong on that because then we look bad. We look bad that we made a mistake, and making mistakes means you're weak. And the whole entire line of the GOP is we can't be wrong because wrong means you're weak. But then these idiots are going to actual, like discussions about law regarding vaccination and going, well, I can stick a key on my chest. And that means the vaccines are magnetic and they're falling off into their hands. And you're like, I can stick a spoon on my nose. This is what we're dealing with. And they're desperately trying to find validation for their personal vote and a giant man child because their feelings are hurt if they were wrong, and they were, but they can't cope with that. That's the entirety of America, is not being able to admit the fact that they were entirely wrong and that they were stupid for voting for this person. And now we're having to deal with coddling their particular white fragility. That's a thing. So everybody's upset. Well, I'm white and my feelings are hurt while these black people are getting gunned down, but my feelings are hurt. So that's really important. No, it's really not. So they're having to process a lot of this stuff that they've never had to think about before. And so I'm so over this, guys. I just want to go to sleep and get put in a medically induced coma for 2 months and see what the world's like.
Scientism, Mel. Can I do some scientism with you, please?
I guess, man, but I don't know.
This is proper scientism.
Is it?
Yeah. When I was 4, I learned how to stick a spoon on my nose. I'm not saying your country is really fucked up and stupid, but
we are, though. I'm just saying.
I was just saying. Okay.
A little bit.
I can't make it stick to my head, though.
Well, you got it the wrong way around. You need to be able to have as much contact surface area as possible with the spoon. Oh my God. There was like a video going around where people are like, well, I can stick a key on my face and that means I'm magnetized and it's fallen off. into their hands. And I'm like, honey, who ties your shoes in the morning?
The really sad thing about this is there's always going to be idiots. But if you saw that piece of video, I don't know who she was. It was she was giving some kind of what do you call it? I don't know, a testimony or whatever. It went quite viral. And she was saying, "Yes, magnetism. Look at this. Look at this. Stick to me." And it kept falling off. And seriously, I learned about this when I was 4, and it's I'm so concerned that people just don't know how to understand basic things anymore.
The thing that upsets me is I think they understand the mechanics, but they don't want to, because if they admit that they are wrong with these things, then they have to self-reflect, which is far more painful than saying, I'm wrong about 2 + 2 = 4. It's not even that. It's people who have to thoroughly self-reflect about their investment in a party that is run by utter idiots.
I think you're overthinking this, scientism, Mel.
I don't think so.
I think you are because if you're a normal human being, the chances are when you were a kid, you will have learned something very simple, which is if you breathe out onto a spoon, it will stick to your nose. It's not magic.
It's not magic. But what I think you're missing is the fact that people want some kind of science to validate their bigotry.
Yeah.
And so I live on a street where my neighbor had a Trump-like flag proudly displayed for at least 3 months after the election, and they lost.
Yeah.
It's about my team didn't win, so the other team is wrong. It has nothing to do with logic or reason, as it has to do with my team is the GOP. We're the elephants. That's our mascot. We're going to win this thing. It has nothing to do
it's all
with
about
logic
teams.
or reason.
It's very much all about teams, especially in the past 5 years.
Tribalism.
You're right, exactly. You're on team A or team B, which is, I guess, okay, but it's gone so weird when you see that lady stood up in an official kind of situation who actually genuinely believes that vaccines can make you magnetized. That's just...
I don't think they genuinely believe that so much as they need that in order to push their particular oppressive agenda.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Nobody's... Okay, so when I was a high school science teacher, I used to post all of the stupid things that politicians would say, and my question would be, what's wrong with this statement? Whether it was Mitt Romney or anybody else, it didn't matter whether it was associated with a woman can shut down a pregnancy to keep that from happening if it's a rape. So I would post all of these quotes from politicians, and 15 to 17-year-old kids would be like, this is crap.
I get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is they use this and they pretend to be ignorant and stupid. as a means to oppress other people and say, well, this is not what this says.
I kind of have to disagree with you.
They use it as a means to hurt other people because they can.
I have to disagree because I get what you're saying, that what you're saying is true. A lot of these people do lie to
they do
to spread their own weird agenda. But that's not what I'm going for here. I'm talking about the people who actually believe this nonsense.
That's a small percentage.
It's small. What? It's a small percentage, but who gets on TV?
It's not that so much as the people who perpetuate. The people who get on TV are the ones who want to exacerbate that small percentage.
I so wanted to I say exasperate again.
Exasperate.
That kind of turns me on. Anyway, here's the thing. I just find it really sad, however we look at this, that there are actually human beings made of the same stuff that you and I are made of. I'm not talking about the grifters and the con artists, but the real human people who genuinely believe that you can stick a spoon on your fucking arm because you've had an injection. And there are people like that.
Yeah.
These are the people that scare me. And you could say to me, scientism, Mel, well, they're just, whatever. They're just a pocket of tiny people who are idiots. But I've got to say to you on this matter, January 6th, a small pocket of people can do fucking bad things.
Yes. They can. We have the bandwagon bias, which is the bias that's associated with the more people who believe a thing that is true, the more that it is perceived as being true.
Oh, I've never heard that one before. The bandwagon. Oh, I get you. Okay.
Bandwagon bias. So we have the Daily Mail to thank for that for anti-vaxxers.
I kind of understand what you're alluding to, but I've never heard that term. But I get it. Yeah.
Yes. Look up bandwagon bias.
I don't need to look it up because I'm clever.
Are you guys ready for our final story that will hopefully cheer us up and maybe make us laugh?
I don't know. Should we vote on it democratically, Mike?
Maybe. I have tacos for dinner tonight. They're coming, and I'm quite excited.
Oh, we do love tacos.
Tacos are amazing.
This is going in a bad way.
Texas mum posed as a 13-year-old daughter for almost a full day.
Oh, I know about this.
I'll just.
She got arrested for fraud.
Can you see what I'm wearing?
Oh my God. This is a problem in the US.
Yeah.
I worked with a chemistry professor.
I'll record once I'm inside.
Okay. Maybe we need to watch this first.
I'll talk to you guys once I'm inside. Do I look like a 7th grader? No? Cool. Awesome. Okay. And then. Uh-oh. Hello.
Oh, dear.
Good morning. Fine, and yourself? Wow. Hello. Morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not see you behind me. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I'm going to stop it there because it goes on for about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But she basically dressed up as a 13-year-old daughter.
Yeah. At a middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by this. and I'm really upset that they arrested her for this.
Mm.
I'm a former high school teacher for 5 years in a couple of different counties.
Yeah.
And to be quite frank, we had police officers on site with guns that were exceedingly unnecessary for I would say 99% of the situations that we were in. The fact that her teachers didn't recognize that she was not who she was, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
That's upsetting because where I live, they expected the dog and pony show, meaning when I gave a lecture, I engaged every single student in my classroom, and they were involved, they were actively engaged. And so my evaluation as a teacher was based on that engagement and also on how well they did on a test. That's another discussion.
That was the longest sentence ever. Is there any reason? What are you drinking that you? Why are you talking at half speed?
I'm trying to be like very thorough and
that
full.
was literally like watching a VHS on half speed.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna like punch you in the face if I ever see you, and then you're gonna be like, okay, that's fine. I totally deserve that.
It was so fucking boring. It was like half
Oh my
speed.
God. Okay. So have you taught high school stool? Yes or no? Yes or no? Easy question.
I'm fast forwarding.
No, you have not. I have a master's degree just in science education. I have a master's degree in chemistry. That aside, dealing with what goes on with parents and having to deal with the American condition of the freaking guns and everything associated with safety, it's amazing. It really is amazing that she got this far, because most of the schools where I live have videos where you have to hit a button and they have to buzz you in. So the times where you're allowed to enter into the school without some kind of validation is about 10 to 15 minutes before class starts. And so she was able to navigate the entire day. She wasn't caught until the end of the day. And I'm going, how do you do that? Because being a person who was subjected to the laws associated with tenure and engaging every student and having every student involved, I knew every single one of my students, because if they came in on the end of course exam and they had gotten in a car wreck or a fight with their parents, I had to navigate that, because that was 50% of my evaluation of it as a teacher. So the fact she got this far to the end of the day without anybody actually knowing that she wasn't a middle schooler is extremely telling, because the system for teachers is not set up to allow those kind of mistakes. You get fired for that. So that blows my mind. That's what I'm saying.
Randy, harmonica man, is asking, what does she do again? I just got back from the store. But basically, this is a mum who posed as her 13-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And she goes on to explain why she did it.
So my integrity is being put on the line big time. My husband's cousin just called me and said that it made the news. I don't watch the news because I find it depressing. I'm going to try to make this as short and simple as I can so I do not have to edit. And I'm going to try to make it not so interviewing. I didn't do this to get views. I didn't do this to get likes. I didn't do this so people could be mad at me and I could never walk around El Paso again. Which honestly, you guys are assholes. I did this to prove that the public school system, the private school system, is not really... Let me explain my day to you. I had to put on the tan and I had to dye my hair because Julie's hair is darker. I wanted to go as Julie. I wasn't going as my daughter. I wasn't trying to go to impersonating another child. I wasn't trying to be someone else. I was trying to be my kid and my kid only. I was nervous the entire time. Whether you believe that or not, that's on you.
Let me just interject for a second, because where I live, the state where I live,
they asked
they
me for
have,
my ID.
Yeah.
They have just recently allowed people who are 21 and older to conceal carry without permit or training. So we're dealing with a law that allows people to enter into any kind of building with a gun without any kind of training, without any kind of background check, without any kind of law to say, hey, this person is competent. And being a former public high school teacher, I dealt with freaking chemistry professors, or not even that, chemistry teachers who were like, well, I'm just going to bring my guns to school and I'll stop any person from shooting up the school. I'm like, all they got to do is like shoot you up full of bullets and take your guns, and then we're all screwed further than what we were in the situation prior to that. The same guy was talking about how if he was allowed, he would go downtown and solve the black on black crime if he was allowed to just shoot people indiscriminately. So this example of this parent who is going, you can just walk into a school, is pretty freaking important, because it shows that, number one, they just let anybody in a school. Number two, depending on the state that you're in, you don't even need a background check or any kind of training to carry a concealed weapon. Three, it doesn't matter if you have a sign on a door that says, guns aren't allowed here. People aren't going to listen to that. So what do? California just overturned the AR-15 rulings. The Supreme Court there was like, it's a Swiss Army knife. No, it's not. It's not this. I don't need to take apart my computer with a basic freaking Allen wrench compared to an AR-15. It's not the same. But that's what we're dealing with in America right now. And it makes me crazy. And I'm sitting here going, okay, I don't teach high school chemistry anymore. I teach college chemistry. This summer, it's all online, so I won't be in person with anybody who might have guns. But this fall, that could change. So I'm like, I don't think people hate me enough to kill me with their guns in a chemistry class, but you never know. It's just, what do you do? How do you navigate this?
Yeah. Garcia said, now the news station in El Paso, whatever, I don't watch the news. They're making it look really bad. Like, I just wanted to go to middle school for shits and giggles, and I'm going to be 100% myself now. My integrity is being put on the line.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't even a person. I was just, hey, put your phone away. She goes on to explain how the 7th period teacher pulled her aside after class to confront her. Garcia said she did it for a social experiment to test the teachers and the security of the school.
Security of schools are often terrible.
Garcia ended it. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, it's not the fault of the school. It's the fault of the board that the school falls under, whether it's the county board or the state board, any of those. It's just, it's awful, just in general. And I have tried my best to fight against that, but at least on the collegiate level, I can help people pull themselves out of poverty.
Yeah.
Which is the goal for what I do. Just saying, hey, what can I do to help you make a decent living to where you don't starve?
Yeah. She says all I'm trying to do is prevent another mass shooting.
That's gonna happen.
The clips were also posted to her TikTok, with one video reaching 9.1 million views. So that's that story.
Sad.
And yeah.
I have to go soon.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap things up. It wasn't quite the funny story that I thought it was going to be, but it actually had a serious. She actually had a serious message that she wanted to get across, and I think you summed it up really well, Mel, as well.
Well, thank you. I try.
And on that bombshell, we're going to leave it there and say good night. Thank you to everyone in the side chat, and thank you to you, scientist Mel, and of course to Friendly Weapon, as he's calling himself now. A very stable milking stool, and thanks to everyone who's been watching. And as you can see, scrolling along the bottom, my book Surviving 2020 is available on Kindle.
You dirty prostitute.
And the links in the description. And so do according to the analytics, 25% of people who are watching my channel aren't subscribed. So if that's you, if you're one of the 25%, then take that step and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, and consider becoming a patron as well.
According to my analytics, 3.7% of your viewers are gingers. So be scared.
Okay, then.
We're magical.
Until next time, bye for now.